Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we'll be talking about several things, but first of all, we're just going to say that we hope everyone is enjoying the Austin Film Festival, as this is the first roundup for the festival. I can see that a few of you are in the chat room at the moment, and I've just seen that More Tom Bill is also here, so thank you for joining us again. And did you get your festival invite? And if so, are you enjoying the platform so far? We'll be talking more about the festival hub as we get to the Austin Lifter Film Festival, but there are a few other things that we need to talk about today as well.
Yeah, very exciting. We've been busy this month and we're going to be taking a look at the winners and finalists from the First Time Filmmaker Sessions, which closed last week, and the Liftoff Spring Showcase. We have got winners, we have got finalists, and we've got Audience Choice Awards.
So we'll be announcing that. Well, should we do it now?
Let's get going.
If you do have any questions throughout the stream, please do put them into the chat room and I will keep an eye on that and get that answered for you. Great. And Tom said, yes, he is invited to the Festival Hub. So, yes, we can communicate on there too.
Fantastic. Well, here we go. The First Time Filmmaker Sessions. We're first going to take a look at the short and feature winner and then look at all the finalists. So here we go.
So congratulations, a huge congratulations to our feature winner with 14 games by Victor Baltazar, and our short winner, The Hidden Side of the Pocket Watch by Julie Cedar. So these films are amazing, and obviously they are our winners. The feature winner will be invited here to Pinewood for one day, and the short winner will also have a screening with Liftoff. We'll be sending you both all of the information via an email in due course, and when we are able to officially invite people back to the studios when those restrictions are lifted. Which
soon.
It's soon. We've heard some good news, so which we can share soon. But
yeah, we're getting there. we're getting there.
Yeah.
The world is slowly opening again.
There are a handful of finalists as well, which we're about
quite
to
a
read out.
handful. This is a busy festival with lots of programs. So this is 48 minutes. Alice's Adventures in Wild Wonderland, A Million Miles Away, Another Day in Paradise, Behind the Music, Ian Alonso, Big Day, Black Girl Bitter, Dear Vivian, Distance Between, Zemo, Emancipated, Expiry Date, Phantasmagoria, Fever, Final Words, Ghost, Insomniac, IRL, Life is Beautiful, Limbo, 2 films called Mirage, both of those that were screening on different programmes. That's not a typo. Painted Dust, Pasha Mortal, Refugee Roads, Skylar, Sense, Shampoo Pappy Mobile Detailing, Sundown Town, The Collectors, The Cricket Man, The Incredible Everyday Life of a Young French Couple, The Spirit of Afghanistan, The Van, The Wall Anti-Posteriori, This Was Real, and Water. So huge congratulations to all of these. The top voted finalists from each of these programmes received their free intermediate Liftoff membership last week. So we do hope you've joined up with that and you're enjoying the platform, and will do for the next 12 months.
Great.
Exciting stuff. So yeah, that was Sessions.
So then moving on to the Liftoff Spring Showcase 2021, we're going to recap our audience choice and the jury selections, followed by the overall winners. So the first page, Claire, take it away.
Here we go. So from page 1, the audience choices were Psychological Lover, directed by Sophia Isabella, Bare Naked Truths from The Observed Observer, directed by Amy E. Powell, and Lucid, directed by Stephen Maddox. And these went to our jury along with these 2 films, The Shut-In, directed by Eric Liu, Maxine Curver, and Jira Odumsri, and Long Pig, directed by Riccardo Siriano.
So this is a really interesting showcase because there was horror films, comedy films, sci-fi films, web series, first-time filmmakers, documentary filmmakers. It was a really, really wide range of films.
It was really nice because we have tried screening these films in their individual categories, and people just said that it was really nice to have the variation, which is why we've kind of been doing it with this more mixed up format now, so that also on our festival hub people were able to meet with completely different filmmakers.
Yeah.
So these were the posters for the audience choice. And then we had those 2 jury selections, which went through to the new jury panel, along with the ones from Programme 2.
Right. Okay, so on to page 2. So A Day Off by Carol Labada from the USA. Making Peace by Judah Ray, also from the USA, and The Pink Butterfly by John Paul Conway, also from the UK. And then the jury selections were Disconnected by Nad van Verdenhoven from the Netherlands, and The Lars van der Quitter by Ed Harrison from the UK.
There we go.
So we have 2 questions in the chat room here. I'm just going to grab that a bit closer. This is from Jennifer. Why did I apply into a certain category, but then when it came to the voting, every video is under one category?
So this was the thing. When we held these festivals here at Liftoff, we've tried them 2 different ways. We've tried them all together and we've tried them in the separate categories. And the feedback tended to be that people just liked mixing. But to go through to the judges, for our judges that watched these films on Film Freeway before they were selected, they are sent to us in different categories so that we can send them to the right judges.
And then there's another question here by Shireg Music. When were the details regarding upcoming Liftoff Sessions Global Network is going to be featured?
So if Shrirag could give us slightly more detail, that would be great, because Sessions is our ongoing festival. This takes place every month. So if you've submitted currently, I'm sure you'll be hearing very shortly on the notification deadline. And if you're talking about first-time filmmaker sessions, the one that has just ended, that was the list of finalists that we just read out there. But the May sessions invite went out, and that will be going live in 2 weeks' time, starting on the 17th.
Great. So these were our jury selection posters here as well.
Okay.
And?
So, time to reveal them.
Yes, the winner.
Our winner. Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Drum roll. Okay.
Okay, so Long Pig, directed by Riccardo Serrano from Italy, is the winner, and this will be screening at London Liftoff in 2021. This is a fantastic horror film. It's very gruesome, and yes, it definitely makes your blood curdle. It's definitely one to watch if you're a horror fan, and one that I won't be surprised that has done extremely well in festivals around the world. There's the synopsis, so do take a read of that. And yeah, we look forward to celebrating this film at the London Liftoff Film Festival. Ricardo will be sending you all of the information shortly.
Here we go. We also have our Audience Choice Award. So a huge congratulations to these 3 films: Psychological Lover, Making Peace, and Bare Naked Truths. What do they win, Nat?
So they will be joining us on a YouTube roundtable where we'll be inviting them to a director's commentary where we have the opportunity to screen their films muted in the background, followed by a Q&A. We actually have one of these next week for the Manchester winners, the Manchester Liftoff winners. So it's very similar to that. So we'll be screening these films, followed by Q&As. And again, all of our winners here will be emailed with that information, and you as viewers will be updated when that is due to take place. I think there is a follow-on question here from Jennifer. Was every film submitted selected into the festival?
So for our Liftoff sessions, every film can screen. That is our free to submit to festival, an entry level, as we call it, into the Liftoff Global Network. For all of our other festivals, they are reviewed by jury members and separated into different programs.
Great.
Cool.
Okay.
So now
we go back to Austin.
We're going to go back to Austin. Yeah, those were the sort of announcements, so to speak, from our previous festivals. But now we are going to do the breakdown, the first breakdown for Austin, looking at some different stats from the festival and the voting breakdowns.
So let's move on down.
Here we go. So first, though, we just wanted to have a little look at some of the stats. So for our playthrough figures for these festivals so far, doing really, really well. Our shorts programme has had 651 playthroughs of short films.
Wow.
So in the space of just 1 week, that's pretty impressive. And we've had just over 100, I believe, 138 for the features programmes. We've got also, take a look at the geography breakdown. So we've got people watching from 4 different countries for the features at the moment. We've got France, the UK, Mauritius.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. And the USA. And then for our shorts programs, we have people tuning in from 9 countries. The majority are currently tuning in from the USA, as we would expect, being the Austin Liftoff Film Festival. But then we've got quite a few viewers from the UK, Ireland, Turkey, Belgium, Mexico, Israel, Denmark, and Portugal. And it's going to be very cool to see these figures explode over the course of the month.
So we've got a little bit more information about the previous question. They wanted to know about the festival that is starting on the 17th of May, as their project has been selected, but they haven't received any further information yet.
Oh, do check your spam, because everyone who's been selected has now been sent an invite email to the email address that was on your Film Freeway submission. If you haven't, do email us at support@liftoff.network, and we will get all that information over to you so that you can upload your screener for us.
Great. And Morton Bill is asking, how can we watch the films submitted for the festival? So for the films that were just announced as winners, they were on our platform for the previous month, so they are now no longer available with Liftoff. But there may be a way that you can watch those via Vimeo or YouTube, or maybe find the filmmaker. Regards to the films that are taking part in the Austin Liftoff Film Festival, the 2 programs are live on Vimeo on demand, and as a filmmaker taking part, you will have a code to redeem whichever program you are in, but then you can also watch the other festival by paying for that. Yeah, I hope that helps.
Amazing. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the voting breakdowns. So we're going to take a look at the films that are currently sitting at the top of the voting breakdowns. There's still plenty of time, so this is just, of course, week 1 as of today. But let's first take a look at the shorts. So, yeah, the film currently in the lead on the shorts programme is A Man of Anxiety, directed by Michael Tibbets, who in fact was the director, writer, producer, and the key cast. So there's
a true indie filmmaker,
a proper indie filmmaker, all of those hats. So A Man of Anxiety, Michael battles with anxiety and has developed OCD tendencies that control his life. So this is a USA short film, 5 minutes long, very topical there, important issues being discussed in that. Then we've got Come Home, Gar Ao, directed by Kirtana Bangsota. This is on 6 votes, so currently second in the polls. And she is a award-winning filmmaker, a Nepali-American filmmaker, very cool, who's living in Texas. So there we go for our Austin Filmmaker Festival. And this is a single mother pleads with her son who attends university in the USA to come home to Nepal during the COVID crisis. There we go. And then just 1 vote behind at the moment on 5 votes is Hell Bent. So this is an American film, again, directed by Enrique Fabian Hernandez. This is about 3 debt collectors, Donnie, James and Declan, who are on a hunt for a wealthy man, but from the lack of preparation and knowledge of who they're hunting, it leads them into a downward spiral. So very interesting film here for you to go and check out, a 25-minute short.
Fantastic. And then moving on to the features. So first we have 1618, directed by Louis Ismail. This is currently on 3 votes. This film is based on a true story, the visitation of an Inquisition to the city of Porto in 1618. So it's a historical film here. The credits include the director as Louis Ismail and also the writer, which was the Centre of Historic Research of the Jewish Community of Oporto, and the producer Lightbox. And they've worked on several feature films together, including The Nun Kurdish and Light of Judah. And this film is just over 1 hour and 20 minutes and definitely worth a watch. I would highly, highly recommend. The other film that we have here, which is close behind on 2 votes. Remember, this is the first week and votes do jump up sporadically, especially towards the end of the festival. We have the Anthology of Julius. A naive Nigerian immigrant seeking his green card is caught in a web of deception when the FBI forces him to burst the very same con he used to steal millions from others. And this is directed by Ofu Ebekapo. Sorry, I do apologise. Who is a Nigerian-American writer and filmmaker. And the director's statement that he has included in this, well, with this film, is that he wants to make entertaining movies that save lives, bridge culture barriers, and inspire people.
Very cool.
So they are the films that we are highlighting this week.
Yeah. And we also have some videos from you to take a look at, don't we? From the Manchester Liftoff Film Festival.
So the Manchester winners have been announced, and as we mentioned earlier in the stream, we will be joined by 4 of those filmmakers to take part in the commentary roundtable next Friday after the roundup that we are doing here today. But 2 of those filmmakers have sent in videos. So we have Point Blank, which was one of the overall festival winners. They've sent in a little speech, and also Intimate Touch, which was one of our audience choice winners. Let's find out more.
Let's take a look.
Hi Liftoff, my name's Rebecca Murray. I am the director of Point Blank, which has actually just won Best Short Film at the Manchester Liftoff Festival, which is great and I'm super humbled by. So the inspiration for the film came through the Black Lives Matter movement last year in London. When I went to the march, I kind of realised I wasn't actually doing that much walking in the streets, so I was like, right, let's actually make a stamp on my passions and my industry, which is dance. And specifically, I felt like the change most needed through Black Lives Matter movement was probably the ballet industry, and is the ballet industry predominantly how I felt at the time. So I reached out to Marie Astroments on social media, which I love and hate it, but on this occasion it worked so well. We connected and we FaceTimed, specifically Zoom, and she clicked with me, she gelled, she trusted me, and she told her story. And I flew her over from Paris to London, and we created and we formed this beautiful documentary called Point Blank, 5 minutes long, and it really tells the story of how she grew up in the ballet industry in Paris. So if you haven't seen it, check it out on Nowness Pics or YouTube. What I'm currently doing as a creative now, I'm currently working as an assistant director on the Sex Pistols for Danny Boyle, but after that I'm going to be continuing my creativity because I miss it too much. I'm going to be doing another short kind of dance contemporary film focusing on men's mental health, because the suicide rate is very high compared to females. So I want to kind of explore that and explore how mental health has been challenged specifically during lockdown for dancers. Don't steal that idea. Just release my idea on social media. But thank you again, and have a good afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you.
Hi Liftoff, I'm Ariel McMillian.
Hi Liftoff, it's Michael Stern here from Gothenburg, Sweden.
Our film, The Intimate Touch, just won the Audience Choice Award at Manchester Liftoff Film Festival.
The Intimate Touch is a short film about a feminist reporter and a conservative Muslim who fall for each other, and about the ways in which they're sort of torn between their emotions and their convictions.
The inspiration for our film came from a real-life situation that caused a lot of debate here in Sweden, where a Muslim job applicant declined for religious reasons to shake the hand of his female interviewer.
She felt he was being sexist toward her, and he felt she wasn't respecting his religious freedom.
It occurred to us that by introducing a mutual attraction into this situation, you could end up with a classic tale of forbidden love, but with a contemporary twist.
Right now, The Intimate Touch is on its festival run, so if you'd like to know more about upcoming screenings, things like that, you can go to our website, theintimatetouchfilm.com. Click on the links to follow our Facebook and Instagram, because that's where we're most active, immediately updating as soon as there's any news. Take care.
Okay, so they were the wonderful speeches from the winners of the Manchester Liftoff Film Festival there. This is just a reminder for all of our filmmakers that are taking part in a city-based festival or a showcase that to keep engaging with us on the Festival Hub and keep an eye out for all the activities that are happening there over the Austin Festival month and as you go on as part of the Liftoff community. There is one final question here regarding on how to vote. So did you just want to recap on the voting system?
Sure. So as a filmmaker, you would have received an email called your filmmaker preview. So do check back to your emails and read those carefully. You'll find your link to sign up and also your voting link. Anyone else who purchases a ticket will receive their own voting link as well. It's a nice and simple online form where you choose 2 of your favourite films.
There we go. So thank you so much for joining us on this Friday afternoon, well, here in the UK, or Friday morning if you're in Texas, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And thank you for being so engaging with this stream.
Yeah, have a good weekend indie film watching.
We'll see you next Friday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.